Fouls checked in, and the Hawks will go for a different look here. Gunwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Johnson comes in for Rizachet. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Wiggins. And Daniels subbed in for McCollum. Here's Giddey. Out of bounds, and then it takes possession.
And let's see some of the numbers here for Okongwu. Coming off a terrific season. Averaged about 13 points per, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Well, it's because he's someone that understands his role. He plays with confidence and helps provide stability when he's on the floor.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Connects from the three-point range.
2 minutes.
Alexander Walker's got 5 now.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. A fadeaway. Shots good by Lee. Lee's got 40 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
This day in March 2025 marked the passing of the great Dikembe Mutombo. 4 of his 8 All-Star appearances came as an Atlanta Hawk.
And he also won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in Atlanta. 4 in total over the course of his career. A tremendous player, but even more importantly, a humanitarian and a statesman for the game.
And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe. Seconds left in the first half of the game. Back to Johnson. It's stolen by Buzelis. To the inside. Here's Lee. And Lee with the stop.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk. No question. 19 seconds left in the first half. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer, Daniels. Buzelis grabs the board. Powell finds Lee. And a miss there on the triple. And through the first half, up to the outside of the field. It's the Bulls up 19. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Coach Quinn Snyder with us now. And, Coach, a bit of a lull for this team scoring the ball. Why?
It had nothing to do with anything other than us being aggressive. We're like walking the ball up the court. Whoever's got it, we've got to attack.
At least effort is something you can control. Thank you, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
Your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot. Someone left the window open. One more time, a round of applause for our participants.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, they are letting it fly. We need an air traffic controller out there.
I'll grab the cones and vests out of the supply closet. Shaq, the extra batteries are at security if we need them. Okay, let's take a moment now to celebrate our Players of the Week. The winner in the East, the chosen one.
Finally, we're giving props to a big. Enough of these little dudes winning MVPs and awards. Basketball is for my guys, the tall dudes.
Yeah. Bigs never win anything in the NBA. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What can you say? Lee, an impressive effort here today.
Well, with a double-double in hand through two quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second half.
They've got Powell. Nicholas Claxton out there with Buzelis. Then there's lights out, and it's Giddey in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Pass to Connor. It's all in by the Bulls. Claxton's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Buzelis. Now Claxton. And here is Powell. Down low. Lee gets the bucket. Lee's got 46 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
The Hawks trail by 21. Alexander Walker passes to Connor. It's all in by the Bulls. Please. Pass to Giddey. Now Buzelis. Some nice ball movement here by the Bulls. The shot by Powell, no good.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talks about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers. I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those. Back to you guys."
Okay, Allie, we thank you.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start that way down.
Bulls shooting their first free throw of the night.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
The free throw drops for Buzelis. And Greg, while they need more star talent, the Bulls have had only one top 5 pick in the last 17 seasons.
Yeah, it's like being in the treadmill of mediocrity, right? When that's the case, you've got to outperform the draft position. They've had some good picks in that time, but really no all-star.
Here's Lee, following the bucket by the Hawks. Unloads from 15. Rebound, Atlanta. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Okongwu dishes to Johnson. Here's Connor. He's got 15. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Daniels. Now Okongwu. Claxton covering. Okongwu, the pass to Connor. 13 feet away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And that's 17 points for Tony. Powell outside. Here's Claxton. Pass to Giddey. Powell for three. Rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Here's Connor. Nice defense from Giddey.
Well, they desperately need him to get going off. Oh, my gosh.
That is not possible. What we just see, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like impossible, like you said. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. The Hawks second. Number 5, the Bulls.
Both teams really good at passing the basketball. You look at the numbers from a season ago, very unselfish.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Daniel. Johnson outside. Off target from three-point range. Bulls leading by 22. Smith outside. And here is Lee. Covered by Okongwu. Lets it go from 11. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
It is so much fun watching these guys just throw it down. Jalen Johnson can do it with the best of them.
Here's Giddey. There's a good screen. Shot from 12. And that's good. The glass that time. 8 points for Wallace.
Well, for him, it hasn't been a big night. With his reputation, they've used him more as a decoy.
Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Lee, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
Well, that's a textbook move by Johnson. Once he sets the pick, he hustles into scoring position.
And Jalen Johnson is already a nightly double-double threat, and his game, it just continues to expand.
Oh, look, Jalen Johnson, Kevin, is an all-star level guy. I mean, efficient on the offensive end, brings consistent energy every night, makes very few mistakes, and plays both ends of the floor.
And so it's Atlanta with it. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Alexander Walker with the ball. He's picked up by Lee.
He takes advantage of him in every way possible.
And Gray lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here's Wallace after the basket by Atlanta. 6 on the shot clock. Over McCollum. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Pass to Okongwu. Daniels kicks to Johnson. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. It's McCollum on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. Chicago leading by 20. Here's a Sunday. Atlanta with the rebound. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. Okongwu slams it in.
Well, this is what you love about Johnson. The all-around ability, that time running pick and roll and making the right decision.
Now here's Waltz. 8 points for him. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And checking out some stats for Jalen Johnson. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 19 points a game last year. 10 rebounds and 5 assists. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 7. Here's Okongwu. Rebound by Smith. And it's Giddy with the ball for Chicago. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Bounce pass Wallace. There's Lee with the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 8 now on the night. Alexander Walker passes to Daniels. And Okongwu slams it in.
Daniels using that vision.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
On your feet, fans, it's time for your Chicago Bubble.
So for the Bulls, Norman Powell checked in for Lee, and Trey Jones subbed in for Josh Giddey. Then for the Hawks, Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Reza Shea is coming in for Alexander Walker. And Aaron Wiggins is subbed in for Dyson Daniels. Chicago leading by 16. Pass to Asenge. Now here's Powell. Can they get it? Rebounded by the Hawks. Landale's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Now Reza Shea. Hawks passing it around. Johnson outside. No good from outside. Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And last year, coach, for the Hawks ended in disappointment. But they're feeling good about this roster.
Well, they've assembled some exciting young talent. A real depth of talent at the forward positions. Once they mature, they can be dangerous.
So it's the Hawks now. After the three-pointer from Norman Powell. Pass to Jones. And here's Smith. Back to Jones.
2 minutes remaining.
Over McCollum.
2 minutes.
Rebound by Johnson.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection, despite the...
Down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the three. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
Free throw good. Landale. And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
Well, what I like about Powell is that he takes what's available. When you give him these mid-range days, he's more than happy to fire away. Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting.
Chocolate two there. Osenge's got 6.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the play.
A 3 from McCollum. Rebound by the Bulls. 50 seconds left in the third. Powell against McCollum. Powell kicks to Smith. Pass to Wallace from downtown. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game. A 3 from McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Jones finds Wallace. And he banks him below. Wallace has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Riza in the corner. The Hawks again can't hit. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. In Chicago, opening up a huge gap. And we'll get going after this from United Center. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Keep guarding now. We're doing a much better job defensively. We've eliminated second shots, which is great, okay? Keep that going.
Playing solid defense, taking care of the backboard, high priorities for Coach Billy Donovan.
And I think the communication has been terrific here. I mean, the guys came prepared to do whatever it takes tonight, and Coach is making some really good adjustments.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Riza is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Tiny. Then there's McCollum. And it's Landale in at the 5 down low. Here's Lee following the basket by C.J. McCollum. No good from Lee.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Wiggins passes to Landale. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys that just do with the screen assist on a made bucket, I'm fine with that.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on the silver platter. Just serve him up.
Time to pass to Wiggins. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Connor. Here's Riza. Offline with his 3.
Excellent work defensively. That's how you guard a 3-point shooter of his caliber.
Here's Jones. Connor with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 21. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Landale finds McCollum. Shot from free throw range. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 11 points for C.J. McCollum.
Well, McCollum really can hit from anywhere. He's got every move.
And Jones has it in the corner. Brings it from beyond the arc.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
And the foul called on Casey Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. Will stand one expression you hear, foul baiting. Players using sneaky tricks to draw a foul.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I'm not a huge fan of that, of guys developing that as a skill. But I will say this. It only works against undisciplined defense. If defense has the discipline to stay solid and fundamental, then you're not going to get baited into those things, and a lot of times those foul baiters end up taking bad shots.
Here's a Sunday. Inside, here's Claxton, and it's good to the back of the rim and in.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Time to pass to McCollum. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. With the shot. Rebound by the Bulls. Claxton's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Jones finds Wallace. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Atl Chi.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances here with the finish.
Strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Both teams will make substitutions.
At the line for Chicago, Nicholas Claxton. One shot.
And Claxton, no good on that one. Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions, only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
Now here's Lee. Bulls moving the ball around. Kept alive.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
And they get it, and the layup is up and in.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
Powell kicks to Giddey. Lee outside. And another miss by Chicago. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Connor. To the inside. Johnson, and then Johnson with the jam.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Giddey with it. Powell outside. His three-pointers off the mark.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Connor. Trying to get open is Johnson. Shot by Connor, no good. And so it's Powell who brings up the ball for the Bulls. 19-point game. To the paint, he's looking for Claxton.
Smart right there by the vet. Good to see Powell share the wealth like this. Johnson outside.
And in 2023, the NBA implementing a new player participation policy, Coach, trying to minimize unexcused absences for star players.
Kevin, I think it's huge for our game. Fans pay and watch TV to see the great players. And there's nothing more important in the league than that those guys being on the court on a consistent basis. And anything that the league can do and teams can do to ensure that, the better it is for everyone.
And so it's Atlanta with it after Norman Powell missed from long range. Johnson, the pass to Okongwu. Here's Connor. Puts up a three. Wow, through the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for three free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
3 shots.
Shooting three.
And he's good on the first of 3. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of their starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
And he sinks the second. He makes all 3.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Pass to Claxton. Now here's Lee, defended by Alexander Walker. Right side, Lee. Yet another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Daniels a screen on Lee. Here's Connor. Lee with the block. Powell with a 3. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Second personal foul.
GA in recent seasons, we've seen the MVP debate get a little contentious.
I mean, every year there's about 3 or 4 guys who are deserving of the award, and the closer the race is, I think the more heated things tend to get. So especially since the criteria for the award is so subjective.
First free throw is good.
Well, Powell is such a valuable asset. Great shooter, efficient, has a really high basketball IQ with all of his experience.
No good on the second free throw. And he nails the third. Coach, when you've had to scout for prospects, how much stock did you put in the NBA Combine?
Well, I think, Kevin, you can get certain things out of the Combine. I think the physical testing stuff is good to at least give you a baseline on guys. I think getting a chance to talk to some of the players is outstanding. And then just getting any time you get another chance to watch guys work, watch guys play, it's just another data point. Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball. For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out. He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Inside, got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And the basket by Connor.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Claxton sets the screen for Powell. And Claxton throws it down.
Talk about timing. That lead pass was right on cue.
Johnson outside. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throw? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Shot by Connor, no good. The Bulls leading by 22. Pass to Claxton. Powell outside. Back to Giddey. To the inside. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, the coach calls a lot of pick-and-roll plays for Giddey. Skilled at finding angles for teammates.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Lights Out.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Here's Lee. After the basket by Onyeka Okongwu. Lee finds Giddey. Back to Lee. Deflects the pass. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Just 5 on the clock. Powell dishes to Lee. Off target from outside.
Just too many missed threes for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
Here's Connor. There's the three. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Lights Out.